Hello, my name is Deacon and welcome back to my Divide and Conquer Dol Amroth campaign. And we are going to continue where we left things off in our last episode. We've beaten back an invader force of Umbar, and Prince Adriel actually had to sally to beat back those guys. Also, we are very interested in keeping our navy alive, so on the next turn we are going to retrain our Alcarondas. And we have a little garrison here, Mistven, the Nimrodel Ranger. And over here, I've said it would be interesting to capture this settlement and rank it up in order to get some garrison troops there whenever you are attacked, which is of course very useful. On the other hand, those garrison troops, they don't actually join your army, so they don't rank up, they don't gain XP, and well, that's not really what we want to rely on too heavily. So I think we're all set for the end turn. And according to our house rules, we are not to have any adoptions, because what it does in the game is it makes your faction leaders and whoever the character is adopted into, it makes them love ours, basically. That's what the trait triggers say. It's also the name of the trait in in the code of the game is ours, and it makes the morale of your troops lower because they don't like that. And on the other hand, it makes your true sons feel rejected, so they it makes disloyal generals,
Protect the blood of
and that's not really in our interest. Now we could move over this way, but then obviously those two armies are going to join up, and we'll have to face Warlord. The faction heir will have to face him anyway. And let's do our diplomat action first. I've already told him to move.
Question.
Hello.
Without question.
See if there's any
Yes.
Umbar
Tomorrow's
invasions
journey
going
planned
on.
out.
But there aren't any. It's not like we're in any position to recapture any Umbar conquests anyway. We might with this army. It could be a reason to keep a transport ship over here, just for invading the coast whenever Umbar has, and to keep a little invasion force there as well. Now I'd like for some free upkeep in Athelland, and we could have some more free upkeep here as well, and we would need the Steward's Hall for that, which is currently too expensive, but I think Adrahil is the more expensive force here, so we'll switch it around, and now we should be able to construct it. Lin here can go to low tax and have some settlement growth. We are positive with our money. We are on a mission to establish relations with
Approaching their
Khan.
dignitary.
They'll attack us sooner or later because we're going to block their passage north, and
Captain of Gondor.
we'll just have to face that. And now let's attack Warlord Musab, who has a crap load of spares, archers, a bodyguard, snake guard. Well, we have 2 units of pikemen. That should have a little surprise for him. For the rest, we're low on infantry, so we can skirmish a little bit with our archers. They have 1 archer unit. Pardon me. They have 3 archer units, and I have no clue as to how tough they actually are. I think once we kill their faction heir, these spearmen shouldn't be too hard to rout. At least that's what I'm hoping or assuming. Now, house rule number 1, 2, 3, I don't recall, is that our generals, starting generals and family members have to survive the campaign there. So we'll have to be careful, which is what we will do. I'm going to take these guys off the pike formation because, well, we need them to rush in and kill the enemy general. The snake guard is our primary objective, at least for our tougher units, that is. And our general's units here, these guys should run down archers. These 2 should kill the general. Here we go. And there we go. I'm going to set the speed to a little bit lower than usual. They're actually withdrawing from us, which is ridiculous. But alright. Maybe it'll give us an opportunity to run down some archers, and they're going to be behind their spare wall, for which I cannot blame them. However, it may offer us an opportunity, if we're fast, and I believe our cavalry to be fast, to catch this snake guard unit and engage it well before any of the spearmen can catch up. So I'm gonna drive our units a bit closer here. I've said that I want these Gondor cavalry militia to kill the archers, and I still do. However, if they can support us in killing the general soonish and fast, then of course we should go for that. And I don't think there will be too much of an opportunity, but we are going to try. The archers are over here. We don't want them to clip any of our forces, but I don't think they will. Spearmen moving away. Alright, move into them. Charge and counter-charge.
Swiftly. Run! Quickly! Move! Move! Dol Amroth and Gondor!
That didn't look like a proper charge at all. So we'll try and make that a proper charge. See if you like to charge now. They are pulling away from us, which is actually an impressive feat. Hello, Spearman. It's costing us dearly though, this little rearguard action. And we have to move away from those spearmen before they come and make shish kebab of our horses. Now we're effectively disengaging. But why is this cavalry They are in pursuit of something, and I don't know what. A little blue something.
With great speed.
So we're going to try this again, and hopefully do a bit better than we did first time. We are down to 16. Imrahil, who will have to do a lot of killing for us quite soon after this. He's down to 20 men. Ride swiftly. Alright then. If you're going to ride swiftly, do it now. Before those bloody spears spare us. There's 4 units left, so we are no longer going to need our Gondorian cavalry militia. Our own generals should be more than capable of dealing with these last 4. So it's time for some maneuver, and it's time to engage the archers before they diminish our infantry. And all the while the rest of our army can... Oh, that's spearmen. Where have those archers gone? Are they over there? They're just peppering us with arrows. Not how I imagined it. We've lost 1 swan guard. Oh wow. Alright. That stupid general is escaping. Catch him. Still 2 snake guard. So our charge didn't really pay off in any way. Our infantry lines are now engaged with spearmen. There's 2 units of archers over here, which we shall engage right now. The archers aren't being fired upon, which is funny. Black snake guard, still only 2 men. So we've done some repeated charges and they haven't lost a single man. Well, we are losing. Okay, I think we'll just leave them engaged in melee here. The enemy general has fallen. Thank you. That is what we were waiting for. Is it dead? Are you sure? Fort spearmen are broken. Wonderful. Now it's time to kill some archers. And there is a second objective that we have, and that is wipe this army off the field entirely, altogether. What did we do here? How come these spearmen are into our cavalry unit? They are very tired, which is no wonder. They've had to do a lot of running. There go all our There go all the infantry that was engaged here. So now there's effectively 4 units of spearmen left on the map that we need to diminish. What's that? Just a heap of dead horses. So
Bloody your spear points.
we're gonna keep chasing these routed units, but I don't want my cavalrymen to run into all those spares over there. It's not too healthy for them. And we have one unit of Hardrim spares moving up that we'll need to counter with something which will be our infantry. In the rear our units will continue to kill the routing enemy units. Okay, receive the charge, brace for it. Archer battalion standing by.
Double time. Right swiftly. Fight for your honor.
Now these guys can do some flanking action. We're going to pull out our cavalry once more, and now these archers are again engaging us, which isn't too bad for us.
Bloody your spear points.
Do we have anything left on the map here? There.
Fight for your honor.
Royal Swan Guard is moving up there because, please remind me,
Only half the enemy force remains.
how long is it going to take you to run down a few archers? Sheesh. The biggest part of the challenge here is to effectively kill them, not even to win the battle here. Well, let's move up towards this last unit of spearmen here. Rout them as well. Come on. The one archer isn't going to save them from what comes next now. Move back to our lines. Run.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
Okay.
It's time to press it. Bloody your spear points. Archers at the ready.
So now they're all routing off the field, which is just fine. And all that means for us is that we're going to be in more of a rush to prevent all these units from escaping. And I have a feeling that the majority of our losses will be due to these Gondor cavalry militia getting stuck in melee for too long, engaging snake guard and spearmen. But the rest, I think Imrahil was up to 28 when we started, and he's now down to 19, so he has lost 9. Then there's still a chance that he recovers casualties. There's always a chance. Having something like a doctor ancillary improves the chances considerably. Now run and fly with the wind. I think we shouldn't worry about these guys too much any longer. Just a few archers left. We're not going to catch up with them. So what else is there? A single soldier here and there. Well, nothing we cannot manage.
Our
This
foe is utterly vanquished. Let all who remember this day remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
Royal Swan Guard has healed back 6 units. That's nice. A lot of units have gained experience, save for some archers and pikemen. So that was fun. Let's see where it leaves us.
Gondor is victorious.
Gondor is victorious. There you go.
Protect the blood
And
of Numenor.
as sympathetic as my campaign rules may be, I do always execute my prisoners. I'm not interested in taking Gobel Merlond already. I want them to know that we're coming.
Ready your weapons. Captain of Gondor. Protect
Doesn't matter.
The blood of Numenor.
Okay.
Your corpse will be thrown to the dogs. Once I
How
capture
far
you,
can he
your
reach?
title will mean nothing.
Alright.
Your corpse will be thrown to the dogs.
Now I'm going to attack this army here.
Quell this evil.
Tell them we're
Ready your
coming.
weapons. Assail the enemies of
So
Gondor.
the IA will know that we have this intention of
Captain of Gondor.
attacking them. I don't know. Maybe it'll bring them to other thoughts about capturing this settlement. As they know we're coming with 2 armies, I hope they will just sit there. Now, is there anything left we can build? Yes. Land clearance. Okay, there we go. As to why I've come to YouTubing, making videos, that stuff. I broke my upper right leg in March this year while being a career switcher, enrolled in university full time. They gave me all kinds of medicines. I became very but my intellectual capacities were totally suppressed by the medicines. So doing any intellectual effort was costing me a lot more effort than usual. I couldn't really do much
Protect the blood of Numenor.
in terms of study, so that gave me a delay in the calendar of at
Ready
least
your weapons.
a year, 12 months,
Yes, my lord.
and it's put me back home as a 40-year-old guy with 3 children. I have ADHD, so stimuli are often a problem, because my senses, they register almost everything at the same time.
My lord.
So as much as I'm hearing
My lord.
and listening,
Approaching quiet. Approaching
well,
quiet.
I basically hear everything with the same intensity. So whenever I'd be in a conversation, it doesn't there's no works that helps me focus on just the conversation. No, along with the conversation I also hear televisions in the background, cars outside, whatever. So being I sat in a wheelchair and I walked with sticks. How do you call them? I needed some extra help, and that was just a little bit too much actually for me. So here's the army.
Captain of Gondor. Onward. Forward.
And they are obviously going to try and team up
Once I capture you,
with
ready your weapons.
the siege army over there. So we're going to cut them off, kill them, and then move over there. A Gondorian navy.
Well met there, friends.
It's not
That's right, fool. It's an enemy ship.
they're no match for the wow. 2 turns and we'll have a very strong navy. Wipe the floor with everyone. Awesome. Money wise we can afford the upkeep. So that's very cool. Anyway, there was the school holidays, 6 weeks at home with even more intense children action has brought me to stay with friends for a little while just to find my rest and peace. And I've played this particular game for, I don't know, a lot of hours. I've always enjoyed Third Age, and I used to enjoy watching YouTube videos a lot. I've pretty much subscribed to everybody who puts out any Total War content at all, and
Yes, my
it also gave me the
Approaching their
little idea
dignity.
of making YouTube content myself. Hello, Kant. Are we at war? I'm at war with all of your allies, but not with you. Alright, have trade rights.
Had you asked any more, we would
Okay.
have said something further for me to hear
Let's
then.
share map information.
I see little my people need in your offer.
Let's make a counter offer. I will pay you 450. For 2 turns is 900, is 300 for 3 turns. That I'd be willing to do. There we go.
I accept.
And now,
Holy
look.
for our future.
How nice we can see the map. If they capture this settlement first, we'll attack them. And here's 500 gold coins more, that's always welcome. I'd like some garrison troops over there. And eventually there will be ships, so we'll train some more. And we're out of money now. Sort of, more or less.
Captain of Gondor.
Hello, Captain of Gondor. Give me visibility.
Horsemen.
My lord.
How are we doing over here?
Without question.
Ah, it's not Umbar, it's
As you
Gondor. But no invasions so far. So Umbar is focusing on us for the time being with their navies, which is cool.
Can you not tell
Because
friends
we
what to
will
do?
screw them over with our superior fleet that is being trained here. And then just continue to beat back their fleets, rank up our vessels, and it's going to be grand, I'm sure. So my purpose, my objectives with YouTube is just to be able to interact with other gamers, show off my gameplay, receive feedback, and add this little extra aspect to my own gaming. And on top of that, I can explain to my wife that I'm not wasting my time, because eventually, when I have had over 10,000 views, all this content is going to pay for the hours and hours of time I've invested into it. Which of course is going to result in me making 50 cents per hour, but we'll disregard that fact. It's just that it'll be true that it's not an entire waste of time. I'm actually going to make a little revenue with it, so she can feel more content
Ready your weapons.
with this situation. And of course I can be more content with it as well. So there you have it. And well, this should conclude our episode. I hope to see you again in the next one.